Though the Berkey systems are undoubtedly some of the best available, with perhaps the highest volume of 5-star reviews out there, that doesn't mean it's the best fit for your family. It depends on your circumstances and your requirements, after all. The Berkey is probably the right purchase for you if you answer yes to any of the following. You live in an area with known lead issues. You get your water from a private well or you catch rainwater for drinking. You want to upgrade from a smaller, cheaper countertop filter to a system that'll cost less in the long run. You want to avoid the cost of bottled water, which you exclusively buy at the moment. You want to have a filtration solution you can consistently rely on, including in emergencies. Overview of the Big Berkey water filter. The Big Berkey gravity-fed water filter is a stainless steel portable water purification system that uses gravity to push water through a filter cartridge, removing more than 200 contaminants. A big bonus of the Berkey water filter is that, unlike many of the countertop water filters I've used, you don't need to attach it to your faucet. Using the Berkey is simple. You fill it with water and leave the filter to do the work, as you would with a pitcher. You can store the Big Berkey wherever suits you most. Most people, myself included, choose to find a location for it on their kitchen counter. This may require a bit of moving things around if you're lacking side space. As the Big Berkey water filter is 19.25 inches tall and 8.5 inches, so it's not particularly compact. Because you don't need to connect the Big Berkey to your sink. It has the advantage of being a more portable option. It relies only on gravity to filter water, not your home's water pressure, which I'd recommend keeping in mind as you read through this guide. Gravity filters are notoriously slower than filters powered by water pressure, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on your personal preferences. The Berkey filter comes in a variety of different sizes, from tiny travel units to larger counter systems. I've focused on the 19.25 inches tall by 8.5 inches wide Big Berkey water filter in this review, with this being the most popular choice and the filter I've purchased for myself. The general concept of Berkey counter filters is consistent from one model to the next, however, so if you're considering a larger or smaller unit, you'll still find this review helpful. The Berkey is around 4 times the size of your average water pitcher and is designed to sit on your kitchen counter. It's made from stainless steel, which does look a little practical. But it shouldn't stand out too much in the majority of kitchens. I put it on a spare bit of counter space next to my sink, which worked well for me, as it's where I instinctively head for water anyway. As a larger filter unit, the Big Berkey comes with 2 black Berkey purification elements, which, Berkey says, have been tested in an EPA-approved laboratory and found to meet the NSF ANSI Standard 53. This means this water filter system is effective at what it's advertised to do, removing viruses and pathogenic bacteria, as well as reducing trihalomethanes, protozoa, certain inorganic minerals, and heavy metals. You'll be happy to hear that the Big Berkey requires no major installation. The user manual does contain instructions on how to set it up, however, which was pretty helpful when I unboxed my Berkey for the first time. The user manual also contains a bit of basic information about looking after the unit, testing that the filters work, and changing the elements. If you know anything about counter water filter systems, you'll know that the Berkey is one of the best of its kind. The unit uses elements, which are designed to filter and purify water at the same time. If you're looking for a water filter that removes a wide range of contaminants, but you don't want to pay for a reverse osmosis system, the Big Berkey is a great choice to consider. Going back to what I mentioned earlier, however, the Big Berkey doesn't have the advantage of water pressure on its side. When comparing the system to a faucet water filter, I noticed that, unsurprisingly, the faucet filter provided a much faster result. For example, I had access to instant clean water immediately. That's because the force of the water flowing through your pipes pushes the water through the filters, filtering it more quickly. As the Big Berkey relies on gravity to filter drinking water, you'll have to put up with a much more delayed filtration process, although that won't affect the quality of filtration. In fact, gravity filters can often afford to be more thorough because of how slowly they work. As you've probably guessed, you won't be able to drink clean water immediately after filling the Berkey water filter system. You should expect to wait up to a 3-hour period for the unit with 2 black Berkey filters to reduce the contaminants in water. With that said, the tank does have a good capacity, at 2.25 gallons. Berkey is one of the most popular water filter systems for a reason. It does more than most other countertops or filter pitcher brands. Yes, you have to pay more for Berkey systems. But their purification elements last for longer. They filter a much more diverse range of contaminants in drinking water, including chlorine, harmful pathogens, lead, and mercury. And they're so good at what they do that they're referred to as purifiers, not filters. A water purifier is so effective at what it does that it essentially converts water to its purest state, being 100% free from all impurities.